Imagine this. You launch one EC2 instance for testing purpose. Next morning, you open your AWS console and your bill is somewhere around $3,000. Scary, right? Your server is hacked. Someone is using your EC2 machine for crypto mining. So the question is your EC2 really secure right now? Or you are just hoping it is? Today I will show you the most important AWS security best practices for EC2. This video I have divided into multiple services where I'm going to talk about each and every service a little bit so that you will get some idea like how you can secure your EC2 machine. So the AWS services which I'm going to talk about in this video is the first one is the security group. The second is using the IAM role. Third one I'm going to talk about the key pair to improve the security. Fourth one I'm going to talk about the network layer. Then I'm going to talk about the importance of patching and updating your system. After that I'm going to talk a little bit about the monitoring and the logging. And in the last I'm going to touch couple of services like GuardDuty and Inspector which help you to secure your EC2 environment. Let me start with the first one, use of the security group. So the first rule is never open everything. Always remember this thing. Never open everything. Now what exactly the security group is? Security group is like a security guard at the door of your EC2. Simple. Let me give you one example. If your application runs on port number 80, do you really need to open port number 22, 3389, 3306 open to the world? The answer is no, right? So there are some best practices which you can follow for the security group. The first one is allow only required ports. The second one, allow only required IP addresses. The third, which is very important, never use 00000 unless it is really needed. Always remember these three rules for the security group. Now before I go to the next one, let me ask a very simple question to all of you. What do you think is more dangerous, writing a wrong code or open ports? Yes, the answer is open ports. If you are going to write a wrong code, you still have a chance to rectify that thing. You still go to the code and correct it. But if the ports are open, anyone can enter it to your EC2 machine and use it. So it is very important that you follow the best practices for the security group. And just remember these three rules. Let me go to the next one. Use IAM role, not the access key. This is very important. So let me start like this. Never store AWS access key inside your EC2. And why? If someone hack your server, they also get your AWS account. So instead of using the IAM access key, always use IAM roles. And think like this. IAM role is like giving your EC2 a temporary identity card. That's it. Let me explain you with one more example. Let's suppose you need access to the S3, or rather I would say your EC2 need access to the S3. So attach an IAM role with S3 permission. Don't use the IAM access key or the secret key. This will save you as you don't have the keys, you don't have the password, so no risk. So IAM role is very simple and very powerful. Always go and use for the IAM role instead of using the IAM access key and the secret key. The next one is the key pair and the login security. So the best recommendation is never use the password to log into your EC2 machine. It is always recommended that you use the key pair or the session manager to log into your EC2 machine. And there are some best practices as well, like disable the root login. This is very important. So the first thing which you need to do for the EC2 machine is disable the root login. Second one is change the default SSH port if possible. So the default port is 22. Everyone knows that. So if you are going to change that port, you are able to secure your EC2 machine. And the third one, which is very important, that is use the MFA on your AWS account, multi-factor authentication. Let me go to the next part, that is the network layered security. Now in this I'm going to talk about the VPC and the NACL. Always remember the difference between the two, security group and the NACL. So security group is on the instance level, NACL is on the subnet level. There are certain best practices which you need to follow. Put EC2 in the private subnet. Use NACL as an extra layer of protection. So the first layer of protection you have, that is the security group, that is on the machine level, and on the subnet level where your machine is running, use the NACL as an extra layer of security. And if you want to go to the internet, it is always recommended that you use the NAT gateway rather than using the internet gateway. So it is simple. If you have multiple logs, you are able to secure your environment. If you have a single log, the environment is kind of where someone get access to your environment. Use multiple logs. The next one is the patching and the update. This is very important. You always need to patch and update your system regularly. And there is a saying as well, if your server is unpatched, that means it is an open door for the hacker to get access into your server. So the best practice to follow for the patch and update is regular OS update. This is very important. Use AWS services like the System Manager, Patch Manager. There is one more recommendation which you can go with, that is remove the unused software. So let's suppose on your EC2 machine there are a number of softwares which are installed and you are not using those softwares. So it is recommended to delete those softwares. Always remember one thing. Most hackers are able to get into your system because of the old vulnerabilities. So it is always recommended that you regularly patch your system. The next one I'm going to talk about the monitoring and the logging. So let's suppose if something bad happen, how will you know? Here the monitoring and the logging is going to help you a lot. So in AWS we have multiple services like the CloudWatch, where you can use the multiple metrics like the CPU network, which will give you the insight of the EC2 machine. You can use the CloudTrail logs. Now this is going to help you who log into the AWS account, who log into the EC2 machine. You will get all the information, you will get the IP address, along with that you will get the time and you will get the other informations as well. So it is very important that you can use the CloudTrail for the API logs. And if needed, you can also go and enable the VPC Flow Log. This will also help you to understand the traffic which is going out from your AWS account and coming back to your AWS account. You will get great control of the traffic which is going out, coming in. So it is recommended that you enable the VPC Flow Log. And there is a saying as well, monitoring tell you the truth. In the last, I am also going to talk about two of the very important services which you need to enable in your AWS account. The first one is the GuardDuty and the second one is the inspector. But remember one more thing, GuardDuty is a costly service. And do you really need a GuardDuty? And the answer is yes. So simply think of the GuardDuty as a CCTV for your AWS account. Now what the GuardDuty is going to do, it detect unusual login, malware activities, suspicious network traffic. So it is very important to enable the GuardDuty. It is going to give you the granular report of your AWS account. So let's suppose you have created a security group and unknowingly you have opened it to the world. Okay, you are not going to check each and every security group in your AWS account. So here the GuardDuty is going to help you. So it is very important to enable the GuardDuty. Now what is the role of the inspector? Inspector help you to check for the vulnerabilities inside the EC2. GuardDuty is something for the complete AWS account. And AWS Inspector is kind of a software which is running inside the EC2 machine, which is going to check for the vulnerability inside the EC2 machine. It is also going to check for the security issues in your operating system and the applications which are installed on the EC2 machine. So AWS Inspector is very important. So remember this simple formula. No open ports, no hard-coded keys, use of private network, regular patch, monitoring always on, GuardDuty is enabled, and believe me, if you follow these steps, your EC2, your AWS account is secure.